Yesterday it was 14 degrees and today you can see one car in front of you and that's it. There's a van in front of that car, in case you didn't know. But yesterday it was like 14 degrees, 14 degrees, something really weird like that. Everybody was freaking out because it was so warm. And then today it's 2.5 degrees and you can't see 2 feet in front of you. Anyway, I'm going to do an update today on the house stuff. There's been a slight update on house stuff, so
7 hours later.
earlier on I was in the car and I said that I had an update on the house. Okay, I'm back and I have tea in a unicorn cup. So like I was saying before the battery died, when you go to buy a house you need to get a survey done, and it's a fairly simple survey. It basically tells you how much a house is worth. So say you get a mortgage of 100,000, or your sale agreed is 100,000. If you're putting down a 10% deposit, that's £10,000. That means you're borrowing 90,000 from the bank, which means if they go to value the house and it happens that the house is 90,000, then the bank will only lend you 90% of 90,000. So 91,000, which means you then have to find an additional £9,000 to make up that deficit or renegotiate your price. We got our survey done and a home buyer survey, and your home buyer survey differs because it basically goes slightly more in depth than just a normal survey. They are additional, we paid £350 extra just to get this done, but it actually worked out okay for us because basically there's a few problems with the house. Nothing major, it's not sinking, it's not damp, there's no major issues like that. One of the problems is that the insulation in the roof space isn't thick enough. As per British standards, it should be 270mm or 27 centimeters. So you want to try and keep it to that as best as possible, and it isn't. So that's going to need done. The shower tray is leaking down into the kitchen ceiling. So we'll need to replace, we were going to replace most of the bathroom anyway, but we're now going to have to replace most of the appliances as well, as most of them are leaking down into the kitchen. As for the kitchen ceiling needs replaced. The fireplace needs blocked up properly. The previous vendor just blocked it up himself, probably wasn't done properly. Things like the flashing on the chimney needs redone, it's coming loose. The guttering needs redone, it's starting to leak. Lots of small things that are adding up. And I asked the estate agent to renegotiate with the vendor to see if we can get a price reduction in our asking, or in our sale agreed price. Hopefully he comes back and says yes, though we're not majorly confident that that'll happen. Other than that, everything's going okay. The solicitors are just doing their job. As far as I'm concerned with the solicitors, no news is good news. We do email them every Monday morning and just say, how's everything going? Can we have an update? And most of the time they email back straight away and just say, yeah, everything's fine, we're doing this, we're doing that, we've got these documents that we need to get, or we've got these documents, so this is what we need to do. So they're working away. As I said, no news is good news from them. I hope they're not slacking. Mortgage is basically all but done. It's signed, sealed, delivered. The only thing we're waiting for is if he does drop his price, then that means we can drop the mortgage, which means we can drop our deposit, which means we have slightly more money to put into fixing those small things. Other than that, that's it. There's really nothing else to talk about. regarding the mortgage and the valuation. Yeah, other than that, there's not much else. Tomorrow, me and Leah, after work, me and Leah are going to IKEA to pick up some like dishes and plates and cups and so on. So that's our update with the house. Hopefully we'll hear something tomorrow. If we do, I'll let you know when we're walking around IKEA pondering at all the things that we want but can't afford. Alright, see you later.